President Trump's decision to fire FBI Director James Comey isn't the only thing going on in Washington, but it is certainly casting a shadow over everything that is going on in Washington, including the Republican legislative agenda, specifically health care. I sat down this morning with Republican Senators Bill Cassidy and Susan Collins. It's an interview that was supposed to be focused almost solely on health care. I asked them how the president's move will impact business on the Hill and things like that. Unfortunately, you're only going to see half this interview today. You'll see the other half tomorrow, where we dive deep on health care, because I started asking Senator Cassidy about the timing of the Comey dismissal.
Would there have ever been good timing? But what we can say in defense of the president, because there are reports he wished to fire Comey when he took office, he did not have an attorney general. It took him 2.5 months or something like that to get an attorney general. And then he did not have the assistant attorney general, which gave an arm's length. And when that finally got approved, it was shortly thereafter that the firing occurred. So in fairness to the president, there was a process that had to work through. But on the other hand, I'm not sure timing would ever have been good.
Senator Collins, do you think, do you buy the White House's claims that this had nothing to do with Russia?
I don't think that it was linked to the Russian investigation, but that's an issue that we need to get to the bottom of. I'm a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. We're expediting our investigation. We're going to be talking to former Director Comey, and those will be questions that we will be asking of him. The irony here is that there is no doubt, when you look at the actions of the FBI director starting in last July, that he did not follow the standard protocols of the Department of Justice. Now, clearly, it would have been very awkward for President Obama to remove him because of that. But if you look at the proper role of an FBI director versus the Department of Justice prosecutors, he usurped that role. And that had a snowball effect that allowed him to keep being embroiled in political controversies up to the day in which he was fired. But certainly, if I had been advising the president, I would have said, you've got to be careful about how this is going to look, regardless of what the merits of the situation may be.
Restoring credibility to the FBI and to the FBI investigation is going to sit on whoever replaces Director Comey. So, Senator Cassidy, how important do you think it is that this person that gets nominated can get 70, 75 votes so that people think there is independence there? And define what an independent FBI director would look like.
Let's say Comey was not heading the investigation. He had a chief lieutenant. Comey also had responsibility over budgets, over other investigations, over HR, over the cafeteria. So he has a chief lieutenant. Presumably she or he is still there. I think whoever takes his place will feel, and this is the pattern of such things, an incredible impetus to show that she or he is independent and will pursue as vigorously as did Comey.
So you're hoping this almost empowers the investigators to feel strengthened?
You know it's going to happen, because people will feel incumbent upon them to show. Now, I am not going to say that Democrats have to support. I think they should. I think the pick should appeal to them, but I don't want to give them veto power over credibility. Just because right now that would be so easy for them to play politics.
But a 52 vote confirmation for an FBI director is not going to look good.
It would not be good, but I am very hopeful that the person who is nominated will be an experienced law enforcement official with impeccable credentials, with unquestionable integrity. And I do want to add to what Bill said. The president fired the director of the FBI. He did not fire the whole FBI. He did not fire the head of the Russian investigation. They're still on the job. Just as if you rob a bank or kidnap a child today, the FBI is still going to be on the job. The FBI is still on the job when it comes to the Russian investigation.
How concerned are you about Russian interference? How concerned are you?
You know, Comey had just testified, and Susan can speak better to this, but had just testified to her committee that they had seen no collusion. And so, of course, we have to investigate and be concerned. But Comey himself had said so far none. And so I have to draw comfort from that.
Finally, how the legislative the environment right now, Comey, and all this stuff, how concerned are you that this derails your ability to get health care done by the end of the summer?
Well, it does seem like we have an upheaval or a crisis almost every day in Washington that changes the subject. But the health care debate is so important. We have states where people who qualify for subsidies under the Affordable Care Act aren't going to be able to buy insurance that qualifies for those subsidies. So regardless of who was elected president, we were going to have to act to fix the flaws in Obamacare. And that is a powerful incentive for us to act. And as Bill said, healthcare is so personal. It's something that everyone relates to. And we have an obligation, no matter what else is going on, and there are an awful lot of important issues going on, to pursue this path. And that's what we're committed to doing.
Are you concerned about this, how this could all scramble it all?
Events are in the saddle. Insurance companies are about to start announcing rates for next year. We just mentioned in Connecticut 15 to 35% premium increases. I spoke to another CEO of an insurance company. They're projecting 30 to 40. The American people cannot afford $24,000 premiums increasing by 35%.
So the events of health care are going to force you guys to work no matter what's happening
Absolutely.
at the White House.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.